We take the metro and start trekking towards Montmartre, the historic district for music shows, dance halls, and theaters. There's even a street called Boulevard Marguerite that is steeped in music history too. Like London, my friends say the best way to see Paris is to walk. And they're right. They're taking me to a very special place celebrating the heritage of audio technology going back 140 years. They say the PHONO Museum is a living interactive exhibition of hundreds of audio and record collectibles, and I won't be disappointed. Well, that sounds good to me. I'm in. Along our route, there are lots to see, from the day-to-day stuff to famous entertainment venues. I noticed stationery stores, vintage shops, and second-hand bookshops are dotted all over Paris. I wonder how much this cat in the window is. My friends point out Mamiche is another go-to bakery for them. As the streets get steeper, we have trouble locating the museum. My friends realize they've got the address wrong, so we change course, and finally, 10 minutes later, we arrive. Wow, this place is something else. It really is an Aladdin's cave of vintage gramophones, record players, and artifacts connected with the music recording history. By chance, we visit on the day the founder of the museum is there, and he shows us around. How lucky are we? Jalal used to be in the fashion business, working with Jean-Paul Gaultier and Paul Smith. It took him 30 years to collect items from around the world to display here. He says he's collected so far 300 gramophones. He informs us a German company still makes the needles needed for the gramophones to play the 78s.
Not work for 78, you see? Again, you need to change the needle. Put a new needle. Rewind it. No electricity. And that was designed originally to bring to picnic and to have it outdoor. You take it with you, you travel with.
I had no idea you had to change the needle every time you played each side of a record. For a box of 200 needles, it's about 20 euros.
That's so cool. Wow. Oh, that's gorgeous. Where did you find this?
In France also, yeah. That and the cylinder is interesting. It was before the disc. Before disc, when you buy music, you buy a cylinder like that.
No.
And you have one song.
Crazy.
this one you need to change the needle each time you play. That's a needle for one use. Put a new one. And you can close completely. Have a minimum or open.
Amazing. That's so inventive.
Yeah.
Toot toot toodles the tugboat goes toot 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 all day. Toot toot toodles
Oh,
the
wow.
tugboat sails up and down the bay. Toot toot toodles the tugboat, he has no time to play.
stare at that all day.
Toot toodles the tugboat just tugs and chugs away. Toodles knows all the great big ships, he knows just where they've been. As they come in the bay they toot and Toodles tugs them in.
And it's much better.
Does it work?
Yes. Most of the machine we restore and we make them ready to, like the big sharp.
The showstopper for me is this vintage monster boombox, tape cassette, and record player. Sharp produced these, the VZ-2000, back in 1982. It can play both the A and B sides of a record with its linear tracking, so that means you don't need to take the record out to flip it to the other side. The boombox weighs 38 pounds. Jalal says in today's money it would have cost 3,600 euros brand new, so it's not cheap. Apparently, it's very collectible. You can find these online for up to 800 pounds.
Here you have needle, the yellow, and it's moved like that. And here you have the other one, and it's moved like that. That's for the other side. First picture disc is from the 30s.
Oh, wow.
La berge s'estompait, seul au passage une auberge cligne ses yeux d'or. Ses gens portent d'un geste vainqueur.
It's the song.
There are jukeboxes and more. And you can't miss the commercial broadcasting equipment and vinyl here. US government used this industrial-sized record player to broadcast lengthy programs recorded on these 16-inch vinyl records. Jalal says radio stations back in the day did the same too, with these extra-large vinyl recordings. This was done right up to the 1980s. We aren't quite prepared for what's next as Jalal takes us next door to his shop and office. Wow, it really is wall-to-wall collectibles, illustrating the long heritage of music with all manner of audio equipment here. There's a room filled with music books too. We discover the largest vinyl records in the world, 20-inch discs that were apparently used at old-time dance halls.
So how would they play it? How?
On a special machine. Very special machine.
For dances.
Yeah, the biggest record ever made, 50 centimeter. Even bigger than the one for the radio, the 40.
When did they do it? When did they make this?
In 1910.
When did they stop?
In 1912. Just 2 years, yeah.
So for dance halls.
Yeah. To make it to play louder, than normal.
And here are those very old picture vinyl discs that Jalal was telling us about that go back to the 1930s. Aren't they beautiful? This is such an amazing and wonderful peek into the past. And what good fortune to visit on a day Jalal is here to give us a personal tour of the museum and his shop next door.
Ba-da-ba.